Hello, successful wives. Hope everybody new year is starting off great. I am DC Constant, CEO and founder of the Successful Wives Network. And today is Wednesday Wife Spotlight. And we are spotlighting our successful wife, Rose Luke. Hey, Rose, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good, Darlene. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So Rose is an author, entrepreneur, a dog mommy. She loves her dogs. And Rose, she values authentic connections and she believes that everyone should handle every moment with compassion, empathy, and kindness. So Rose, we again thank you for being with us today. And Rose, tell us, how long have you been married now? How long have you been married?
I've been married for 10 years.
All right, double digits in the house, double
Hey.
digits. That is awesome. Okay, because unfortunately, today some marriages don't last 10 days. So 10
I
years,
know.
10 years, that is awesome.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so in those 10 years, tell us, how do you define success and for fulfillment, excuse me, fulfillment in your role as a wife? Because being a wife is not a cookie cutter role at all, because we are, every wife is different for their husband, every marriage is different. So how do you define success in your marriage?
For me, I believe success in my marriage is harmony in a way. Um, Not to say that there's not hard times and then easy times, but for us, finding that in between. Um, for my role as a wife, I like to say that I feel I'm my best in that role when my husband is cool, like there's nothing wrong. He'll be like, I'm good. He's smiling a lot more. Uh, I always thought coming into marriage, I had to have everything perfect, like June Cleaver perfect. Dinner on the table after he gets off work, his slippers ready, uh, he doesn't drink, but like, his favorite drink on ice, the house clean. I had to look presentable. And he told me, he goes, who told you that? I don't require that. And I was like, oh, well, what am I supposed to be doing? So from there, I figured out I am my best in my role as a wife when I am happiest as a woman.
Mm,
I just show up as me because that's who he fell in love with. So whenever I am happy with myself or I'm being my authentic self, no matter how messy that looks like, I do my best as a wife. I'm able to consider him more because my feelings are and emotions are under control. I'm able to consider him more. I'm able to be more alert and aware of what's going on in my home. I'm able to help others if needed. I'm able to host others better in our home when I'm in a better mental state. So, all of that for me as a wife, I feel defines fulfillment and success.
that is awesome. That's good. That's real good. Let's go back to um I'm loving what your husband said. He asked you, who told you that? Like, where did you get that preconceived notion? I think that's huge, that he was there for you in that moment to support that. So let me ask you, where did you get that preconceived, the leave it to Beaver? Where did
Um,
you
Mostly television. I grew up in a single mother household, so I didn't see my mother in the role as a wife for most of my childhood. Um, she became a single mother when I was 4. So, of course, I was too young to really see her in that role. So, for me, I kind of looked at my friends' mothers as examples and what I saw them doing. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say typical, but they were in households that didn't look like mine. Um, and cultures that didn't look like mine. So I adopted those behaviors when I got married. And I said, well, that's what I have to be doing because that's what I've been seeing. And they have the quintessential American dream lifestyle of the home and the two kids and the husband and the dog. So, and of course, television really portrays that. So I said, well, I got to do that because I don't know who I am in that role yet. So until I figure that out, then I adopt those behaviors. And my husband was just like, after our counseling, he goes, I never asked for any of that. I would rather cook dinner with you or let's go shopping together. Or I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is very awesome. What so in those 10 years and by you learning that, what advice would you give someone that's getting ready to get married or they're married now and maybe they still are acting out or living out those preconceived notions and perhaps their husbands may feel the same way. Like, I'm not asking you to do that. So it sounds like you guys, you communicated. How would you share that with someone else?
Usually, when someone asks me that question, I always say, what feels right to you guys as a couple? Is it doing this together or is it expecting this? And I kind of always say, figure out what your expectation is versus your reality.
Mm,
Because I believe both people in a marriage kind of have an expectation of what marriage is, but then also what is the reality you're living in, right? Uh, because our expectations never match up with our reality. Let's face it. So I always say, do you guys, love doing things together? Focus on that. Figure out what your identity is individually and then bring those together. And that's what your marriage looks like to you. Define what your marriage looks like to your relationship. I think people, once they navigate from dating to marriage, feel like marriage has to be a completely different thing. No, because when you're dating, you're actually courting. So your dating relationship is just going to be enhanced because you're married. The relationship part never changes, right? The dating and being together and what makes you guys laugh and realize you guys were harmonious in the first place, that's your marriage. Just continue to build on that. And I
yes.
think people just really feel like they got to switch up things because they're married and have to be all over the place and even more and more and more. But no, it's really just like, hey, we love going bowling on Tuesdays. Let's keep that up. Or we really love having friends together over and just really doing that together. Let's keep that up. Let's make that tradition. Like that's marriage to me, you know?
Mhm. That sounds like marriage maintenance. Still keep that
Yeah.
marriage maintenance. And we do know that, when people get married and you should be growing together. I mean, that's my philosophy, growing together in a marriage. Sometimes, kids come along, long hours at work, but if you can't make it that Tuesday, try to still make it, another Tuesday, or you may have to switch that day as you guys are growing. But the main thing is maintaining that marriage maintenance because it's vital as you're growing, growing along. So that is awesome. That is just real awesome. So you do a lot of different things, you're an author, you're an entrepreneur. Um, what strategies do you use to maintain a healthy work-life balance within your marriage as well? So you're 10 years in. So let's go with the 10 years now. So you guys are grown. What are you guys are doing now? What are you doing now to maintain that balance?
Yes, this is definitely something I'm still learning. But what seems to be working for me right now is making a schedule. So for me, I know when my most productive hours are throughout the day. So I focus that for my entrepreneurial pursuits. And I do it in between the time my husband's at work. So I know my attention is not away from him and away from us to where he doesn't feel neglected because my thoughts are all over the place. I don't know who else is an entrepreneur, but you're thinking of every single thing that can be done. What can I do? How can I improve? It's like constant, right? So for me, I have a routine, and that's very important to me. It also levels me out to where I don't feel burnt out. And I have to give myself grace to say, okay, I can't figure out everything today. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to make sure my house is clean because that makes me feel better. But it also, creates an environment for my husband to come home to, and he doesn't have to feel like he has to pick up the slack of where I left off because I've been so busy. And then that takes away from our time together in the evenings. So yeah, priority is my scheduling.
Mhm.
And if I don't get to everything, or if I don't schedule everything, I have to be okay with that. I can't let my anxious thoughts overrule everything else in my other schedule. Like, I hate to say it, marriage is a schedule in a way. Marriage is a schedule in a way, other things. And
No, but I mean, it's fine. It don't no worries about you hate to say it, but I mean,
yeah.
you have to make time, right? Like
Mhm.
in the chaos of everything, everybody's marriage look different, kids, some people don't have kids, some people may have dogs or pets, but you have to make time. You have to make time. So, and when you're making time, that's a schedule. So, no, that's good. You're good with your schedules. Don't apologize for your schedule at all.
Yeah.
Uh, you have the to-do list queen over here. I'm like super organized with my schedule. But one thing I had to learn was, okay, when the unexpected happened, be ready to pivot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Not, oh my God, my plan it has run awry. It's like, no, just pivot. It's
Go with
okay.
it.
Go
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah.
go with the flow. It doesn't have to be like perfect, Darlene. So I had to learn that because hubby
Mhm.
would be like, okay, perfect girl. We we, we gotta pivot. We gotta pivot. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, that's great. So how do you and your husband how do you celebrate milestones and achievements within your marriage? Because sometimes it's so easy to focus on what's not going right. Oh, wow, this isn't going right. We haven't done this, but we rarely hear about achieving a milestone, and celebrating those achievements. And it looks different in every marriage. So whether it's big or small, how do you celebrate those milestones? Because it's important to do that.
It is. Yes. For me and my husband, how we celebrate achievements, man, first and foremost, we pray. We pray about it. And we just give thanks to God because it's happened, and it's an answered prayer. That achievement is an answered prayer for us. And like you said, some couples focus on the things we haven't done. For me, uh, I have a picture frame in our bedroom. It's a collage one that says family on top, and it has a few frames hanging from it. So what I've done is I've put our long-term goals in each frame. And as we achieve those, I make sure we take a picture of the achievement or of us in front of the goal achieved, and I put it in that frame. And so in our bedroom, we just reflect on that. And when we leave the room or come into the room, we see it, and it makes us grateful every day to see that. And it's like, yeah, we did do that. We did. No matter what's going wrong or what's not right, or finances are low, but we know that we are striving for something better. Who friendships end, or we gain new friendships, we never lose perspective of, yeah, we do have goals we're working towards, and that's important to us.
That okay. I'm look, I'm writing that down. That's awesome. Because you know what? I was not expecting you to say that. Because sometimes, when we say celebrate milestones, somebody might say, "Hey, we going to the Cheesecake Factory." Because
Oh
Mary
yeah,
go to
yeah.
the Cheesecake Factory.
Let's not talk about the Cheesecake Factory.
I thought you were gonna be like, well, we go out to dinner, which there's no right or wrong answer, but I'm sitting here like that is awesome. That is truly awesome because you created a visual where you guys can go back and look at that. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm copping that one. I'm copping that one.
Me too. Please.
I love it. So I wanted to ask you, what are some of the favorite things that you and your husband do together? Like just what are some fun things? Like do you guys still keep date nights and different things of that nature? What are some fun things that you enjoy doing with your husband?
Date nights, kind of non-existent. I mean, we're working on it, right? Because the
Okay.
money is not always there to go on date nights, right? And I love to eat, so it gets expensive. Um,
You better
uh,
get in the kitchen, girl, and get the cooking.
hey, that's one of my things. I'm a foodie, and I'm on the road to being a private chef. So I love to cook, I love to eat, but when he has to pay for it, it gets expensive. Um, but for us, we love bowling. We love going bowling together. Let's see, we love hosting. Just this past Christmas, we hosted a couple's matching PJ party, and that was fun.
Oh,
Um, let's see. Oh, we're also huge wrestling fans, like
oh,
WWE wrestling fans. So whenever a show comes near us in town, we go try and get tickets to go. We watch it every night together. That's our bonding time. That's something we love to do together. And yeah, just we just
yeah.
love to laugh and just entertain each other most of the time.
That's good. And what I'm hearing is you guys are still friends
Yes.
after 10 years of marriage. I think it is just so important for married couples to, remain friends throughout the marriage because it's huge. It's huge. My husband, that's my homie. He the homie. He's my bestie. So it's fun. It is. I mean, he and
It
I
is to
we
the
crack at
point.
each other.
My
So
husband says you need more female friends. You can tell me some stuff, but you don't have to tell me everything. He goes, you need to go find more friends. And I'm like, why? You're my best friend. Like, I don't have to worry about you going to go tell nobody else because
right,
you talk to
right,
me. Like, no, this is us.
right.
Like, you better sit down and listen to me. Like, you
Right. Like
know.
you don't even have to answer or give advice. Like I just need to get
Oh,
out. Let me tell you what happened. Let me, no,
right.
that is it's the most funnest. It's fun when your husband is your best friend, he's the homie. Because my husband and I, we play the dozens still. We talk about each other's mamas, we talk about each other's family in a nice, playful way.
Right.
People might be like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that or he said that. No, it's all in fun. We
Mhm.
go like, oh babe, that was a good one. That was a good one. Okay.
Hey, I see. I see. Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah.
I see you, dude. Okay,
Right.
watch your back. Watch your back. So, and we've been
Right.
together 32 years, and we've been married 28 years. So, yeah, we still have fun, and we not only love each other, but we like each other, and I think that's very important in a marriage. We're commanded to love, right? But when you like
Yes,
each other, that is a blessing, total blessing.
I
So,
agree. Especially those moments where you're in a disagreement and you're like, I don't like you right now. I still love you. I just don't like you right now. So I need to walk away.
go to the prayer room right quick.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, but the important thing is making sure you get it right definitely before you go to bed that night, if all at possible. But yeah, when you're with somebody that long, you should be able to do that in a respectful manner. Be like, you know what, right now, especially as wives, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut right now because I don't want God getting on me.
Yeah,
Look, I'm speaking for me.
I agree.
I want God getting on me about his son, okay?
Yeah.
Like, huh? But then
Mhm.
we come back and we get it right. We
Exactly.
That's
Mhm.
me. So no, thank you so much. But before I let you go, I want to talk more about your entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
The chef thing, that's new to me, and I know you. So I want you to talk about what does that look like? What is your goals for this year in terms of um expanding on that, being a chef? Are you in school now? Like what does that look like?
No, what it's looking like for me, it's always been in the back of my mind. I just had to build up that confidence and belief in myself. I am mostly self-taught, so no, I'm not going to school right now. But for me, I'm actually gonna start putting it into practice and making it legal.
Oh,
Being a private chef, a personal chef, and cooking for other people. Pray for me.
there you go.
It's personal to me, just like my writing is. My cooking is personal to me. It's my expression of love. I love cooking for people. So I want to put that testimony of my love to people in food form. So I'm working on that. I'm building up the confidence. I've been praying on it, and God's leading me to that more and more. I did have my hand on it during the pandemic, and that kind of yeah, that put a damper on that dream for a little bit. But I'm picking it back up. In 2024, I'm hoping to be be out there and
Okay.
start.
Well,
Mhm.
I tell you what, in terms of the private chef thing, you can fly out here to Arizona because you're not far.
Yeah.
You're not far. You come out here to Arizona. You can do because am I hearing you correctly? Is it more so like intimate dinners, intimate settings, intimate parties, or you know what I mean?
Yes.
Come out
Just
here,
like
tell me
that.
your price. You can come out here, set it up for me and the Mr.
Oh,
Constant. Yes, I would love
appreciate
that.
that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I
Yeah,
would
let me
love to
know
cook
what
for you guys for an intimate dinner date night at home. A
Mhm.
little dress it up a little bit. You don't have to do the work. You guys just enjoy each other, and I love to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Let me know. Let me know what you need from me. I mean that. And you're also an author.
I
You
am
your children's book it's called The ABCs of Money.
actually right here.
ABCs of Money. Yes. I love it. I love that. I didn't
Thank
have
you.
like that growing up. I love that. Talk more about that. The ABCs of Money.
Yes. So how this came about, funny story, is I was helping a friend curate her children's book. And in order to get those measurements and everything right, I said, okay, I am going to do my own children's book and get it all right and published. And that way I set the groundwork for hers and I don't disappoint her. And at that time, I was working for my financial literacy business, and it was a passion of mine. It still is, just not as much. And I was like, I don't have children yet, but when I do, how am I going to teach them about financial literacy? And I was like, an ABC book, easy. So every letter is associated with some term or transaction of financial literacy. And it just, in a good rhyming way, in a nice, easy way to explain to kids. And I put my little girl Mia on there to represent for the melanin children out there.
Okay. The
And
representation matters. Wait a minute.
yes, it
Open it
does.
up. Can we see at
Okay,
least?
okay, okay.
Let's see.
So let's see. And of course, you can always write your name on there.
Love it.
Yeah, and I did a little blurb there about why I believe, being debt free is important for the next generation. And so it's just, A is for account,
Yes.
and then
Okay.
explains who she is. And it was just a little
Love
alphabet
that.
here throughout the whole alphabet. I is for interest, H is for house chores and how to earn money as well in there, and the money's just not given, it's earned. So she's teaching you and explaining to you how her parents are teaching her financial literacy. And it was a great project for me. I love it. I hope to do more in the future. And yeah, that's just more of a little bit of what I'm doing, Darlene.
I love it. Okay, so I can hear the people now. Where can I purchase the book? Because listen, so I have, let's see, I'm trying to think. I can purchase three. I don't have little ones. I have one, and my baby is 26. So, but I have nieces and nephews. Okay.
Right,
I know
right.
I'm going to purchase some. So where can everyone that's listening and watching purchase the ABCs of money?
You can go on the most popular platform out right now where I have a shopping addiction myself on Amazon.com. It is on there. The ABCs of Money by Beatrice Rose. That is my author name. You would also find other books on there by me as well. But if you are looking for that one specifically, it is on Amazon.
Okay, show the book again.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
There you go.
Piece of money, guys. You guys can get that from Amazon. Yes, I'll be getting mine. What's the price, Rose?
At the moment, it should be $5.99.
Okay, that's a good bargain. That's a good buy. That's a nice
Yeah.
investment. So,
We talk about financial literacy. We don't want you spending all your coins on it, right? We want you to save some. So I try to make it reasonable.
okay. All righty. Well, thank you for joining us today on Wednesday Wife Spotlight with the Successful Wives Network. And guys, make sure you go over to support our Successful Wife Rose and head on over to Amazon. Until the next time, we will but the next time, be blessed. Just be blessed. And again, Rose, thank you so much. And
Or
thank you guys for joining us today. Until the next Wednesday on Wednesday Wife Spotlight, where we'll have another special guest. Thank you and be blessed.